So this is my 1974 ss16. I recently just did a restoration on it. Actually, I just finished it up yesterday. And when I was doing the restoration, I knew the Onan engine wasn't any good. So I've been kind of tossing up engines for a while, trying to figure out what I was going to do. And I've actually gotten two of these 401cc Kawasaki golf cart engines. And I'm like, well, maybe they're good. I was told that they're not. But I put it in here and it fired right up. Started generator, my solenoid, all of that other stuff I just mounted under the hood. Fuel tank I had to mount here because the fenders are not the right ones. I'm just trying to keep it clean. And then just a simple little air filter. Then what I did for a exhaust, it's just a simple shaker can exhaust. Now the oil, you would actually check the oil right up here. I just put a little plug in there for a sink. And then back here there's actually a spot for the oil check. Otherwise that's about it. I have not yet hooked up the generator part of it because it's not generating any power. I just took the starter out of my own cart here the other day and it was working just fine. So there's something that you have to know. Maybe you have to actually have a regulator or something hooked to it in order for it to create any juice. But this is the type of setup that the engine would be normally. And I thought, well, it should be fine in a tractor because in my own cart here with 23-inch tires, so about the same tires, if you floor it, it'll actually lift the front tires off the ground. So perfect engine for a tractor, other than there is no governor system since it normally runs off the rear axle. So when you actually rev it all the way up, it is actually revved all the way up. Other than that, it's just the basic restoration tractor. I have not changed the sticker here yet, and I cannot find my center cap for the steering wheel. And then I haven't changed that tire because I felt bad painting over that really nice original paint. And then how I did the pulleys. So this had a tapered shaft. It went from a 3/4 to a 1 1/8. And the Sears pulley is a 1 1/8. So what I did is I just shoved the pulley on there. And then this pulley here has a washer welded in it that's like the same size as the bolt. And then what I did is I just bolted them all on, just nice and tight, and I haven't had a problem. So there's no keyway or anything holding it on, it's just shoved in there. The hood, I kind of failed on. I thought I was doing good when I realized what engine I was going to put in here. I'm like, oh, I'm just going to put a single cylinder front frame on here. Without thinking that the twin cylinder front frames are lower. They sit about here instead, which is why they have this hood riser, because right now the hood's kind of tipped up and it's not sitting right. So what I'm gonna do, I think anyway, is I'm gonna take this here off and then just make it straight out. I'll have to get rid of this nice cover though, which kind of sucks. But other than that, just another little walk around. This keeps falling. So there's two different starting options on here. You can start it in gear. You just by hitting there's a button down here, you just push that. You can start it in gear and it just moves the whole thing. Or you can actually start it like a normal tractor in neutral and push the clutch, but I'm too lazy for that, so usually I just start it in gear. A little hard to operate the throttle with the camera in my hand. Guess it came out of gear. So, seen by that, it does actually move it pretty good. And I shut it off in gear. You just hit the switch. I didn't put a key switch on here for that reason. You just, once this switch is on, you just hit this button and it just starts. And then when you want to shut it off, just off. So what I was actually going to do is I'm in process of making a custom decal for this. That instead of off, on, start, it's just on and off. And then there was already a hole down here where the switch is, so I put that switch down there. But anyway, that's about it. Why don't I show you this? I've got another tractor I'm in process of swapping one of those engines in. So, let me just get to that. So my GT16 is going to end up being the same kind of deal, but a little more, or I guess about the same involved. Similar type of air filter, however this is like a Tecumseh filter from like a push mower or something. Somehow, oh yeah, I just screwed it on. And I'm like, how did I make that fit? Same engine. I'm going to have to, I don't have a starter generator, so I'm going to end up finding a used one. Starter generator and exhaust. This is the exhaust that I had made for the other one. It's got a couple of holes nicely, not really drilled there. It's just going to be something that was going to sit right here, like similar to what the Onan exhaust would actually be, because that's what I was trying to do. Something like this. Then I kind of realized that with the starter generator right here, it's going to hit it. So I decided not to do that. Fuel tank's under the back, under the seat. It's just a temporary tank, that's why it's not a real one. Otherwise, that's going to be about it. I don't think I'll have a video on this one because I kind of explained it enough in this video. Alright, thanks for watching.